Hey, it's Makita. So you see the cult that I'm posting on my various timelines, right? This is a repression network. They're affiliates that are facilitated by the platforms themselves, like Meta, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. They all work together. They have this matrix, right, where they share information, they share identities, they share an advertising platform, and they share identity information or token information amongst each other and amongst their affiliates. Each person that I post is an affiliate, and they're engaged in growth hacking. The surveillance abuse, the spyware, the following and mirroring people that they're hacking, that's a growth hacking tactic, strategy for them. This is how they gain engagement. This is how they create their algorithm, their talk circuit. This is how they gain the flow and their synergy, and this is why they call it energy. They're basically exploiting identities that they've hacked. They're engaged in identity hacking. And sometimes they want to basically covertly control that identity as well. And, drive it off the edge so that they can walk off with the money associated with exploiting an identity or hacking an identity. So every person I post is an affiliate in a growth hacking network that uses surveillance and spyware. This is an Epstein-related adversarial network, okay? So they're a part of that whole media empire associated with Maxwell, associated with Epstein, associated with their spyware, Israeli spyware. You've seen it everywhere. This is a network that's using it. They're also using neural and biosurveillance. You've seen it in his conversations where he talks about neural technology. He talks about V2K or voice to skull or synthetic telepathy. This is all an Epstein project, a DARPA project, a government and military, private and public project. This is how they're building their large language models, their AI. A lot of that is based on neuroscience. Much of this neuroscience information is gained through black ops. They can't really have a bunch of case studies and tests where you can enter the brain ethically. So they do it off-site through targeting networks, through networks like Epstein's. And then you get this cult here that is supposed to be a part of his little Atlantis superiority complex and his surveillance voyeurism fetish. Alrighty? Chopra is involved in all of this with the divine feminine and stalking women and children and mushing people's brains, giving virtual lobotomies. This is what it all is. You can see them trying to exploit my likeness. They've created a whole world and a universe around my identity, not around me, but around a profiled identity, the metaphysical presence of my physical identity, okay? And this is all done through surveillance. This is 100% a surveillance operation. And all this destiny swapping crap, it's a mental illness precipitated by voyeurism. Surveillance. The God complex comes from surveillance. The mental illness comes from surveillance. The need to control other people comes from surveillance. Okay, so now you have this nutty ass network of mentally ill people who won't stop stalking, eavesdropping, and engaging in voyeurism because they need it for growth hacking. They're mentally ill. And they were set up that way so that they could be proxy abusers and people like Epstein could sit in the background and tee hee hee, it's so funny. It's not funny. It's gross.